I've given you a reference of something similar that happened.
Yes.
And the guys in opposition, who was William Ruto and his team, after Uhuru evicted the people in that famous land, he never recovered from that shock. And that is why Raila is not at any time going to let this thing go without his input. He has to come out as a savior of some sort.
Yes.
He has to protect Kenyans politically. Crises are good for politicians. And this is a very good crisis. It's a national crisis. Raila has to appear there. And let me tell you, someone has to take the blame. And most probably it will be the weaker guys. The system does not go for the strong guys because they are the system. It will go for that person who is weak there, who was used by the system. Someone, somewhere has to be sacrificed.
Yes.
At the end of the day. Now, woe unto you if you're not powerful enough. Also, if you're powerful enough, the bigger the fish, the more impact it has. Mm-hmm. If a big fish up there goes down with this whole thing, because when push comes to shove, someone has to take blame for it. Someone has to take responsibility. And the truth of the matter is, the land was illegally acquired. So in a matter where justice reigns supreme, the land goes back to the owners. So what happens to all these guys who invested? What happens to the buyers? What happens to the people who issued the certificates? What happens to the guys in the county, at the county level, who gave certificates of ownership, who approved these buildings? Because when you're building a house, one of the processes or one of the requirements of approving a building, you have to prove ownership. Yes. Either a certificate of ownership or a title deed, which is equivalent of ownership. Now, all these guys have certificates of ownership. Who issued them? They are issued at the county level. Who was the governor? Who was running this business? It was a business. It is not the county government that